Yeah, I can go by my cousin's house, man. I just ain't been by it. I gotta go grab him. I am for one of these episodes. I'm gonna go get him.
Soup Bone, Soup's Kitchen. Is it
Some
cooking?
bone
Is
in
he
the
really
zone.
cooking, or is he just cooking up on the mic?
Oh yeah, we got 2 in the chat already. Hey man, it's the No Longer Trap podcast, man. You already know, man. It's Spin the Yard, man. It's my first episode. I got one of my brothers here. You understand what I'm saying? He has a podcast. Oh, this is gonna be different today. And I need everybody to tap in. I need everybody to tap in, man. Because this is getting ready to be legendary right here. You know what I'm saying? So. Oh yeah, we got 2 in the chat already. Hey man, oh, see? Well, yeah, we lit. we lit. Hey, yo, man, I need everybody to hit that share button, hit that like button, and tell them, man, spin the yard, man. We're going to spin the yard with my brother, Mikey Cadano. You understand what I'm saying? AKA Mike G. You understand what I'm saying? For everybody that tap in, you know what I'm saying? And you know how we going to do it right now. We got to do this real quick. You know how I open it up? That's it.
This is a certified hood classic.
I fell in love with a heater. Yeah. I said I knew you was a skeezer. Yeah. You feeling slutty in this beamer. Yeah. She drive me crazy, I don't need her.
Oh yeah, I got Mike G in the building. You hear me, Mike?
I said I knew you was a skeezer. You feeling slutty in this beamer. Yeah. She drive me crazy, I don't need her. All right. It's killing me cause I ain't a million up. I'm trying to turn this city L. It's 5 now. He ain't Ricky, he more like Forrest Gump. 10-5 blocked on my lap and I ain't sucking in. TD's in the door, you know that I'm coming in. I don't want no pasta, I'm trying to get you to real me. Kids straight out the mud, I hope you feel me. Athlete, yeah, but I'm trapping, so this ain't nothing new.
Oh yeah, let's get it, man. Shout out to 2K, man. 2K's in the building, man. Let's get it, man.
Step back like Jay Harden, big smoke like Bob Marley. Cold flip, I'm so gnarly. I love the Punani. Fake love, I brush off me. She sucked me so slow. With too much auto-tune. Good kid, you know I'ma break the rules. I see your post.
Let's get it, baby.
Listen to you, my brother, we gon' split in two.
I gotta bring it back to you, man. Shout out to 2K, man. You already know, man. Hey, yo, my city's stepping up. Shout out to all my local artists, man. Shout out to Jay Deuce. Shout out to everybody, G Herbo. Shout out to everybody. Let's go.
This is a certified hood classic.
I fell in love with a heater. Yeah. I said I knew you was a skeezer.
Yeah. It's the No Longer Trap podcast, man. You already know, man. It's the first episode, man. I need y'all to tap in. It's called Spin the Yard, man. We gonna chop it up, man. Mecca, what's good, Mecca? Marcel, what's good?
Ricky, he more like Forrest Gump. 10-5 blocked on my lap and I ain't sucking in. TD's in the door, you know that I'm coming in. I don't want no pasta, I'm trying to get you to real me. Kids straight out the mud, I hope you feel me. Athlete, yeah, but I'm trapping, so this ain't nothing new. Yeah, I came up and graduated from a Catholic school. Rich nigga, cold-hearted. I don't know hearted. Step back like Jay Harden. Big smoke like Bob Marley. Cold flip, I'm so gnarly. I love the Punani. Fake love, I brush off me. She sucked me so slow. With too much auto-tune. Good kid, you know I'ma break the rules. I see your post sneak this and you gon' listen to. You my brother, we gon' split in two. Yeah. Today I had a bitch try to tell me I was day room. What the fuck is that? Trying to act like I was brand new.
Let's get it, man. It's called Spin the Yard.
Let's
spin the yard, baby.
No, we can't go half on no baby. If you want this feature, better pay me. I've been out here trapping hard, getting money on the day. Like, goddamn, it's so crazy because she drive me crazy, I don't need her.
Hood classic. This is a certified hood classic.
Shout out to 2K, man. Shout out to all my local rappers, man. I told you, man, put the music in, send it to me, man. I told you if I like it, I'm definitely going to spin it. You understand what I'm saying? So shout out to all my local rappers, everybody moving, everybody doing their own thing, everybody got their own motion. Yo, keep motion, man. Keep motion, man. Don't never let nobody stop you from your motion. Never let nobody stop you from your motion. This is what I tell all the local rappers, and I tell anybody that's doing something. Yo, you don't never let nobody stop your motion, man. Nobody, because if somebody can stop your motion, you really didn't have no motion. You understand what I'm saying, Mike? If you let somebody come in your motion, you really didn't have no motion. You let somebody come in between that and stop your motion, you didn't have no motion. But yo, everybody chop it up, man. We're gonna sit here, man. We're gonna spin the yard. And before we get into spin the yard, I want to explain what spin the yard is. Now, every week I'm gonna have somebody here that I did time with. You understand what I'm saying? That I spun the yard with, I walked the yard. We have real conversations. We've been through real things. You understand what I'm saying? And we're gonna chop it up. We're gonna talk about the goods, the bads, and then we just gonna, because it's a lot of information that people don't know, and people take it as jokes sometimes. So this is why I really put this episode together where I could just vibe out with one of my brothers that would spin the yard with me. That we talked, we either cried on each other's shoulders, whatever, because we all been through a lot together. You understand what I'm saying? Well, I done been through it with a lot of people. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why it's going to make this a dope show. So I need everybody to tune in. You understand what I'm saying? If you want to hear some real shit and a lot of educational stuff too, that's going to be here. You know what I'm saying? But let's get it, man. Everybody in the building, man. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Hit the like button, hit the share button. But before I start this, I'm going to interview my first guest. On Spin the Yard. My first guest on Spin the Yard, man. My brother Mikey Cadano, man, a.k.a. Mikey G. Everybody known him as Mike G, man. Always been a stand-up dude, man. I've been through, me and him, as we're going to talk about, we've been through a lot. But I'm going to let Mikey G introduce himself, his podcast, and what he got going on right now.
All right. What up? So this is no longer Trap, but it's Spinning the Yard. My name is Mikey G. And I'm also going by the name Mikey Prov 401. My podcast is Chopping It Up with Mikey Prov 401. Basically, I'm a barber instructor. So you see the play on the words, chopping it up, also chopping it up, building and all that. And we're going to get into it a little bit, going back and forth with our two podcasts. I'm going to find out a little bit more about Mr. Trap over here for mine. So we're going to dig a little deep on that too.
Yes, we will, my brother. Yes, we will. So I'm gonna start first. You know what I'm saying? And so how I thought about Spin the Yard, right, Mike? When I thought about this, you know how when we used to always be in the yard and whether it was good times, raining.
Yeah.
See, what y'all don't know is guys like us, we never stayed in our cell.
Nope.
I don't care if it was a rainstorm, sleet, or snow. We came out in the yard. It could have been a blizzard. There'd be 8 of us out there. Mike G's out there and Trap's out there. Guarantee you. You understand what I'm saying? So, but there was a lot of things. When I first met Mike was a bookie. I want to tell my story about Mike.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell the story because on Spin the Yard, I give everybody a chance to say any story they want about me that we went through, that when we was in prison. Hey, I don't give a fuck if they see me get beat up. If that's the story they want to tell, that's the story that we're gonna hear. You understand what I'm saying? So, but my first story is, the only time I've ever won a football ticket, right? Mike lost Mike, how much did you get hit for that time, Mike?
I don't even know. I don't know.
It was so much, the whole jail was waiting outside for him. We was waiting out. Mike paid every one of us. Every one of us. He didn't do that new modern day stuff that you guys be doing where where people don't win, you just don't pay them, you just pee, you do it. Nah.
That's crazy.
Mike ain't do none of that. Make sure everybody got paid, bro.
You remember the name of my ticket?
Nah.
Dynamo.
Yes, Dynamo. Hey, yo, shout out to G. G said, yeah, we blew that Dynamo up.
Yep.
Yeah,
Dynamo.
we blew that Dynamo up. Yeah. But anyway, that's how I kind of met Mike, and we got real tight after that because I seen the morals he stood on. Because he could have just said, fuck us. I swear to God, this is not Mike could have just said, I swear to God. Fuck. Yeah, there would have been, but he was with that shit. I'm not talking about an ordinary white guy that was doing it, that everybody was just going, you better give us our shit. If Mike G would have told us that he ain't got it for us, we would have had to eat it and go to war. That's what would have happened. But that man took it in his own and said, nah, everybody's gonna get paid. And everybody got paid. And when he did that, he got so much respect got a lot from the blacks. Because when we looked at it as, damn, man, he made sure we was good. No matter what. You know what I'm saying? No matter what he had, he made sure everybody was good. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that you got a lot of points for that. You understand what I'm saying? Keeping your word, and you know what I'm saying? Because that's hard to come by now, Mike.
Well, especially in there. Like it's easier out here in the world. You can run and hide in the world. You can do stupid shit. But when you're in there, there's no running and hiding unless you're on some sucker shit and you're PCing. But there's nowhere to go. So you might as well just come correct.
King Carter Line.
Yes, that's a fact, man. You might as well. Now get into the logistics of it, Mike. How much time did you do? And when was your first time in prison, Mike?
All right, so in adult prison, my first time was 1990. I caught a 21-month sentence for possession of handguns, 2 handguns, a stolen auto, and some type of B&E or something like that.
How old were you?
I was 18 years old.
Well, I was done at 17. I caught a life sentence at 17, so it was 18. My 18th birthday, I'd never seen. You understand what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, when you turned 18 and you caught that time, was that a long time? Or was that a long period of time at once? Because see, I got a skip bid. And when I was 16, they waived me out of training school. You understand what I'm saying? And I was getting ready to be 17 years old. They waived me out of training school. I did 5 months in the minimum. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I did a skip bid first before I could graduate to the.
I went straight to the bid. But what happened? I already did, I don't know, a couple years in the training school.
Yeah.
And then I escaped. Like I got to the point where I was going to college and shit like that, and they dropped me off at CCRI.
Mm-hmm.
My boy Paul Patterson was there in a stolen Trans Am.
Shout out to Paulie Patterson, man. That was my guy.
Stolen Trans Am, boof, I was going. I just blew everything. Like, see you later. So I was on the run for 8 months. A whole bunch of crazy shit happened, all the way to the point where state police finally, they had like a squad looking for me and my boy Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
And
not Jamie Robar.
No, Jamie Rose.
Oh, Jamie Rose. Jamie Rose, my boy too.
Yeah,
this is about Jamie. Yo, these guys. Yo, I grew up with all of these guys in prison. You know what I'm saying? Training schools, DMYs. I done been in Ocean Ties. See, a lot of times people don't know that when they see our relationships, they don't know that we grew up together, literally.
Yeah.
When I tell you that I was the only black kid that was in Ocean Tides at one time, I was in the Wagner house, the Lexus. You know what I'm saying? I was always with the older guys. So everybody always thought I was older and I was younger because I was always in jail and I was always in there. You don't understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Mike, when tell us when you first went into that jail, Mike, right? What'd you think, Mike?
So I'll break it down like this.
Yeah.
Right, so I went to intake, right? First, they used to have a building called the Annex Building. It was across from the women's prison, right? Mm-hmm. And because the intake was so crowded, and every time I call these little get out on bail friggin' arrests, I'd go sit in the annex and bounce.
And just bounce. So you thought it was a game.
But I always heard that intake, that beefing, you gotta be on your P's and Q's and shit. So finally I catch that bit. Now I go to intake. I'm like, all right, we gotta squabble up maybe, right?
Yeah.
Nothing. I got in with Dougie Gomes, like all these good guys. Rest in peace, Dougie Gomes.
Rest in peace, the Diamond.
All these old timers. And then I catch the 21 months. I get classified to medium, but they just opened medium 1. I was the first guy in my cell. The first guy. I was in F left. It just so
they had the visitor room in the A block then.
Visitor room was in A block.
Yes. Yep. I remember
gym,
they just opened that. Yep. They just opened it.
Dining room.
Yep.
Right, man. This is where I kind of got a little respect. Now I'm a young kid and I got old timers telling me what to do and shit like that. I was in there. Me and Jamie got in trouble for robbing a jewelry store. He only caught a year for like assaulting a police officer.
You was hanging around a lot of bad guys. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, a lot of good guys were hanging around me.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying you was around. I don't want you to take this. Not the white trash of the white people. You know when they say the blacks are the bad guys. You was with all of the white guys that was always. What's the other one that Mikey that used to be with? The way he robbed all the houses, they had him on Rogers, Mike Rogers. Mikey, shout out to Mikey Rogers, my guy, man. Mikey's from my projects, Halford Projects. And
Listen, we'll get into this, but it's not your projects. That was my project.
Oh, okay,
Before
it's
you.
our projects. It's
Right.
our.
We're arguing over projects.
I had 50 years in my family.
My father was there in the 60s. You couldn't
All right.
walk on the grass.
Yeah, we could. All right, we're gonna share it. We'll share it.
But I think I talked to your pops about this shit.
Mhm.
Like, but yeah, so we'll get into that because that's what I was gonna ask you on my podcast. Like,
All right.
we'll get into that.
All right.
You know, the
Yeah,
name, blah blah blah. So, the long and the short of it, I'm in medium. I'm basically manipulating the block. I had this CO that like knew a family member, so he's letting me beef. I was in there for doing a jewelry store, and I had a Persian gold rope chain, right? And this dude, I won't say his last name. I'm not put people on blast, but his name was Rob, right? A lot of people didn't like him, black dude. I'm in the shower. He sees me in the shower. He got like this little chain on. He's like, yo, that shit's fly, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I'll give you this chain and any pair of sneakers you want. This when your family can bring you sneakers or some shit, right?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah. It was lit.
So I was like, I said, I'll think about it, right? And then he came back around. He's like, yo, you good? You want to do that deal? And I'm like, nah, I'm doing a bid for this shit, man. I'm gonna keep this on.
Keep it, yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna fuck you up, boy. I fuck white boys like you up and all this shit.
Oh, so he got right to violent time.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, all right, right. So wherever I was, I walked away and I went and I talked to somebody. I'm like, yo, this cat right here, friggin' blah, blah, blah. He thinks he's gonna move on me. What should I do? So the dude's like, you could pipe him, you could stab him, you could punch him in the mouth, right? So
That sounds like George Bouffard. Hey, shout out to George Bouffard.
It was a guy named Bobby Sheets. He's dead now. He was from Pawtucket. Big jacked up guy, all tattoos and shit. Back when tattoos weren't the thing, right? So something always stuck in my head. So they used to have this soap called Lisa soap.
I remember we used to break it up and we used to wash our clothes.
Yeah,
with
the
it in
shit was
laundry.
like live,
Live.
like compressed live,
Yeah.
rock hard, right? So I put a whole bunch of them in a sock. He's on the phone. He got his back turned. Now, you just threatened me, but he must have thought I was like some
White
punk
boy.
that you're going to
Yeah. They just gonna come over there and get you. Yeah.
So we're walking, we're pacing in the block. We would wear our coats in the block. This is before the COs would be like, take that off. There was none of that, right?
Yeah.
So I'm doing the laps. I got the soap in the pocket. He got his back turned and he's on the phone. He's sitting there, whatever, bouncing from foot to foot. I just came on. I started smashing him, lumped him up. And I'll give him credit, this guy. He took all his shit and he turned around. And I guess he had hands, right?
Yeah.
So he starts dinging me up and I'm on the table. I'm like, oh no, right? And I just lumped this dude up. But he's hitting me.
Pause.
So
Mike said, "Oh shit, I got ran into a situation." He started hitting. I ran into a situation like that in the kitchen. I want to tell a story like that too. When I got hit with the pineapple can and the dude bit me and he grabbed my dick.
What the?
The Joey Natalillo.
No.
Natalillo, yeah, man. The one that was messed, not the good one. The other one, his brother,
Tommy.
Yeah, not Joey. Shout out to Joey, man. Not Joey. It was Tommy. We was back there bullying him. He got tired of bullying him and he took it out on me. He hit me with the pineapple can. What? You know the big cans in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Oh man, I was there and he started biting me and he was grabbing my dick and he was squeezing. I was going, oh! I was telling Pito and them to get him off me. And then all of a sudden, all the cops came. I couldn't do nothing, right? So man, when I got out of seg, I went to the tables and I told Bird and Sheldon and them. That's rest in peace to Sheldon Luther.
Yeah.
You know, Sheldon.
Shelly.
You know what I'm saying? So I went to the picnic tables and I said, yo, when that motherfucking white boy comes out here, I'm beating his ass. That motherfucker grabbed my dick. He was dirty fighting. He wasn't even fighting fair. He hit me with a can. They all looked at me. The whole picnic table got quiet. They said, man, you stupid motherfucker. You was playing and he was trying to kill you.
Yeah.
There's no rules to. That's when I realized there's no rules to fighting, bro.
Right.
There was no rules, bro. I'm thinking that he said, what do you think, you on guard? Man, there's no rules to fighting, man. That motherfucker had my piece and I thought I was gonna die. You understand? And ever since then, I added that to my. I'll tell them.
Hell yeah.
I'm scratched. I'm doing whatever. I tell my kids, we do everything. I don't care. I'm doing whatever it is to win, bro.
Whatever.
I don't care what it was to win, but yeah. So back to that.
So to back it up a little, now mind you, I told you I knew the CEO, knew my family. While I was pacing, doing those circles,
Hey, this is my son, man. He's live. Hey, we're live on the air right now. Seeing you want to interrupt, we got I might spin the yard. You know what I'm saying? We talk about jail stories and real jail life stories. Is this how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I put him on the spot. Yo, but I'm live on the air. I'm gonna call you as soon as I'm done, all right? All right.
So as I'm pacing, I forgot this part of the story. The CO I knew, he's working the bubble. I don't know if you knew Finette and Medium. They were two brothers.
Nah.
This one passed away, the COs. So I go up to the window and I'm like, I'm gonna fight. I'm telling them like that. And I'm like, the side of the bubble. So they went to the other side of the bubble and shut the lights off in the bubble.
In the bubble.
Because really they were peeking at the fight.
Peeking at the fight, but they act like they wasn't. So the other inmates can't tell. Oh, they was so to do. They watched, so they act like, I know the move. I done did that.
So flash forward now, this kid's getting the best of me. Now the COs come running in. They break us up, right? But
so you done gave the cop the green, like I'm about to get popped up, but now you're getting popped on.
Yeah, so they ran in there like we can't let Mike get beat up, right? Like what the fuck? So we didn't go to the box, right? They're like, go in your cells and cool off for an hour. They pulled that shit. Because they didn't want to put me in the hole. So that was the start of it. So I get to like the dining room and shit, and like Birdman's there from Manton, Taylor, Bird Taylor.
Yeah.
Bird, like all these old shit. And now I'm still new to this shit. And like I just fought with a black guy that's been in the joint. I don't know, I gotta take this shit as it comes.
All right, so I know what position you're in. Now you're going to the black guys that you know, but they're looking at you like, yo, you just was fighting with a brother.
But no.
Oh, all right.
Yo, Rope Man.
Rope, yo, rest in peace to Rope, man.
I don't know why I said Bird.
That's what I knew when you said man, and I was getting ready to say it was a Sal. God rest in peace to Sal too. But I'm just saying Rope,
there
man.
There is a Bird that's our age.
Yeah.
Taylor.
Yeah. Tweety?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Tweety.
I call him Bird because we used to call him Birdman in training school. Yeah. Right? So Rope Man.
Shout out to Tweet.
Yeah. So I see all these guys get the back, and I remember, clear as day, Road Man was like, yo, Young G. He's like, fuck that motherfucker. He's a rat anyway. And all this shit.
Yeah, that sounds like Rope. Hey, yo, rest in peace to Rope, man. Hey, yo, Rope was one of the illest OGs, man, I ever met, man. Rope was so straightforward. He was the most straightforward man I ever met in my life. Man, if he didn't want to crack, if he didn't want to smile, you knew it. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. In certain days, Rope was on that mood. He didn't want to laugh with you. There was some days Rope wanted to laugh with you. Some days Rope wanted to put hands on you. Rope was one of them, but he was always against administration.
Yeah.
Oh, man, rest in peace, my guy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
So, mad shit like me, Anthony Mayo. Shout out to Anthony Mayo.
Shout out to him. Hey, yo. Oh, I got a lot of stories with him. He was my neighbor for 2 years. Oh, my God.
So we decide one day, right? This is that Medium now. Of course, we're white guys, so we're laying out and we're tanning and shit.
I remember when you used to do that.
This is on
you, Richard Razzo, Wayne Ledoux. I remember I remember your whole crew.
Yeah.
I remember that whole bank robbery crew. Yeah, I know. Shout out to Wayne Ledoux. Yep. You know what I'm saying? You owe me some cigarettes too, Wayne. I'm always going to tell everybody that. I never got my 15 packs. I remember he owes me 15 packs. Straight up. I remember that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But I remember that whole crew. And I remember when you used to tan. You used to all be all red. You used to come. I used to get on Richard Razzo because Richard Razzo, rest in peace, man. Hey, yo, let me tell you something about my boy Richard Raz. Richard Raz was an Italian.
Yeah.
Real talk, man. He was an Italian. And let me tell you something. He worked with all black guys one time, right? And he used to just sit there. I said, God, he got coming there with his hair all greased up.
Oh, yeah. He was, if there was a Rhode Island.
Hey, yo, Mafia book. He's going in it.
Yeah, Rhode Island Guinea in the dictionary. You open that shit up and it's Richard Raz.
Hey, can I tell everybody on my podcast, man, this is called Spin the Yard, man. And when we talk about jail, guys, we jail, and there's a lot of people that ain't here right now. And I say rest in peace if I don't get to end up saying rest in peace to them because, they are missed. They are loved. They taught me a lot. Richard Razzo taught me a lot. You understand what I'm saying? A lot. You understand what I'm saying? But when I say him, you ever seen the movie Goodfellas? He belonged in Goodfellas.
Absolutely.
He belonged
Absolutely.
Richard Razzo. But if anybody knows, they're laughing right now, going, hell yeah. Yo, Richard Razzo belonged in Goodfellas.
I seen him growing up because we all were together like our whole teenage years. If we were in the training school, I seen him knock out more people than you would think possible at 14, 15 years old, knocking out young men just one shot.
One shot.
Like he just took everything as disrespect. He chilled
Yes.
out. But yes.
Yes. He yo, everything.
He was like Joe Pesci.
Yeah, everything he conducted was like a mob. Hey, Trap. Hey, go get that guy, man. Huh? Tell him we'll have a sit down in the yard, man. The guys are making noise at nighttime. Guys are trying to sleep. Guys gotta go to work in the morning. We got industry jobs. You know, get the guys to go to get the brothers to come over and sit with us that live in the back tier so we could come to something, you know?
Yeah, there's
You know,
something like that.
yo, and then when he would cook for everybody. I'm gonna try to tell you something. Richard, hey, yo, man, if he belonged in Joe Pesci,
Yeah,
man,
that was my boy, man. Yeah, so it was like Jamie Rose, Richard Raz, Paul Patterson. Those were my partners. I mean, I got more stories, shit I can't talk about, but more shit, man.
Now going to a prison at that age, right, Mike? How we went through, man. We spun that yard and stuff, man. Mike, we went through a lot of bad things. We're sitting here laughing, and everybody was sitting here telling you this because this is my first time, really. This is the podcast, and we're getting familiar with this. But let me tell you something. We went through a lot of pain in there, Mike.
Yeah.
Mike, we're sitting here laughing about this, Mike. Mike, if we could just stop talking about the pain, we'll run out of time.
No.
The pain outweighs our laughs.
The thing about jail, right? You don't realize it, but you're even at the funnest times, the chillest, easiest times, the softest jail, whatever you want to call it, you're under a stress that you don't even feel sometimes.
Sometimes.
Because when I got out, so I ended up catching another bid doing 13 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's when like we were all in max together. The point of saying that is when I got out, I'm with my sister and we're like at Walmart buying a belt for me or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I just started crying. And it wasn't like I was boo-hooing because I was home.
Yeah.
It was like shit I couldn't stop coming down my face.
That's what be happening to me, man.
It was the stress.
I be thinking I'd be overpowered with happiness sometimes. Sometimes I'll just be driving and I'll just start crying. And it just start coming down. I'll be driving, I'll be like, oh shit. And I'd be thinking about a lot of different things, but most of the time I'd be thinking about when I was in jail. Like you said, I always be thinking about, like, damn, I can't believe I'm home. Or I'll have a moment like, I can't believe I'm driving by the jail that I used to look out the window and I used to count the cars sometimes.
Right and say, right?
Yeah, we used to count the cars.
Trying to see what the girl's wearing at the bus stop.
Yeah, we're trying to see if I see the newest car, Bentley, ride by. So what I'm trying to say is I used to count cars on the highway. So when I ride on the highway now and I go by the jail, it does something to me. If you're ever in the car with me, you see me either close my eyes or something happens because I know there's somebody that's looking out that window.
Yeah, there is.
You know what I'm saying? There's somebody looking out that window because I used to look out that window for 24 years. You understand what I'm saying? So I know that window.
Holidays in the fucking because you're in SEG, so right there where those windows are, unless you're in like Prudence 1.
Prudence 1, yeah.
But you're in SEG and you're just seeing the world.
You can see the Pepsi Cola.
Yeah.
I used to watch that road every day. And me and him we spent a lot of time in segregation. And when in segregation is the other side. And I just was explaining this to some brothers yesterday. And there's a lot of guys that did time with us, but there's a lot of guys that didn't do time with us, but that did do time with us. And when I say that, I want to show y'all, I want to explain to y'all this. There was guys that was in prison, right? That they never ever had to touch a handcuff. Nope. They never had to go in segregation. Nope. They never had a fight. They never had a CO call them a nigger. They never had a CO throw the food or spit in their food. They never had a CO go on hunger strikes. They never had to go against the system. They always sat there with their feet up. You understand what I'm saying? They always sat there with a job. You know how hard with us to get jobs? We had to finagle jobs in there to the cops to get jobs. The cops wasn't just giving guys like us jobs.
They give you shit like ironing people's clothes, and
we get ironing jobs.
Sometimes you got to take the ironing job, make it into a hustle.
Hey, you know how we all got in the kitchen? We started bullying the suckers.
Yeah.
That's how we got in the kitchen. Can I tell you? See, I can admit this now. You know how they started hiring all of us? See, a lot of you guys that came in the kitchen after me, because there was a lot of guys that came in the kitchen after me. All right? And let me tell you something. When I first got in the kitchen, it was me, Reggie McKinney, and probably, I don't know. I think Reggie McKinney was the only black guy in there. And it was all Spanish guys at that time. What happened was, they started, when Reggie and them got me in there and people, we started getting people, and all them dudes that was weak that was in the kitchen was like, they was getting up out of the kitchen.
Yeah, hell yeah.
They was getting up out of the kitchen. They was
Or
like,
trying to snitch on you for
yeah,
shit.
they was, so now what happened was the whole kitchen became the hood. I remember, man, I done got fired 5 times from the kitchen. I done got caught stealing. I done had fights, everything in the kitchen. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is we took over the kitchen, kind of. You understand what I'm saying? It was us Spanish, and you know what I'm saying? If the white guys was in there, they was gangsters. You understand what I'm saying? And then we got a couple straggler white guys in this like it.
Of course.
I forgot my boy Duma. Remember Duma? He used to walk lip. Everybody used to bow in Duma.
Beard.
Yeah, he used to have the beard. I think he killed his wife.
Probably.
Yeah, he was doing like he killed his wife. And everybody that knows Duma, well, everybody that knows Duma, when he was in there, they're going, yo, remember Duma Trap used to be with the, he used to walk the yard with me. He was crazy.
Well,
he used to
spit in the yard.
Yo, let me tell you something. Duma was one of them dudes. He used to go, hey, Trap. I used to give him a joint. He used to come back the next day because nobody knew he was getting high. You know what I'm saying? But I used to, every time I had some weed, I used to bless him. See, you know what I'm saying? And that was another thing. Well, that was a whole nother story of our life in there. You know what I'm saying?
You know, that place caused a lot of drug addicts because there are people, right, that never did heroin or whatever, but you hear so many people talk about nodding and how good that it made people want to try that shit.
Yes, man. And shout out to everybody that didn't fuck with that heavy shit when they was in there, because yo, I ain't gonna lie, I'll never tell about the brothers that did mess with that heavy stuff in there, but there was a lot of brothers, man, that was messing with that heavy stuff in there, and I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, I'm from an era like yo, and I'm gonna be real with you, Mike. Hey, Mike, I can say this, and I can put it on my kids, bro. I never seen none of my friends do a heavy drug in my life.
But that's a beautiful thing.
Yo, and that's yo, I tell everybody that I can, yo, you say whatever you want about my friends, whatever they did without me. I never in my life seen my friend putting on up their nose, putting on no pipe, putting on.
Bless them. Listen.
That's a fact, bro. I never, not in front of me. I never seen it.
I came up the opposite way. So you picture like the Beastie Boys, what they rapped about, friggin' sitting at the house getting high.
Sitting in the house and getting some pills.
So we were just getting high, whatever it was. It didn't matter. If it was pills, if it was acid, if it was coke, and then that shit stopped.
So trying heavy drugs at a young age, you think that had up?
Yeah. But not right then and there. I was a sharp, smooth cat. But then when I got older, I noticed how it dulled me down. It caught up with me, and like I'm not that sharp like I was as a kid.
Yeah.
I lost that grind. I was on a vicious grind. It just took something away.
So now, Mike, answer this now. What changed you? Because, Mike, I got to say this now. This is a man that's been with this brother. Me and Mike done talked about so many crimes. We done committed crimes in prison. But what I'm going to use is that when I see my brother now, yo, Mike ain't hitting the joint. Mike usually got a joint for me. Mike got something for me, man. Mike don't drink. Mike don't do nothing. Mike, I'm proud, man.
Good, thank you.
I'm proud of you, Mike. You make it so brothers like me and brothers, we see that you're doing it. One day I could put this motherfucking weed down in that liquor. I could do that.
Listen,
because yo, sometimes when I see guys, Mike, and I'm not, this is no throwing nothing at you, Mike. I'm not saying I seen you at you, but I seen you do drugs. Like, I seen you when you were doing drugs. So to see you now,
listen, I got spiritual, right? That works for me. And whoever, I got spiritual. I found out that like there really is something.
So this transformation, it happened right away when you came from prison, or facts, Mike? Tell them, Mike. That's why this is called Spinning the Yard. This is some real shit. Everybody I got sitting here gonna tell you real shit. Whether they make them look bad, no matter, we don't care about how it make us look. We're telling y'all real shit. You know what I'm saying? Real shit that happened to us. Real shit that he went through. You understand what I'm saying? And right off the top, he said, no, it didn't happen right off the top. When did it happen? When did the transformation for you, where we see this man right here standing in front of me that don't want to hit this joint?
No, I do want to hit the joint, but I just won't. You know what I mean? So, I mean, three years ago, I was lost in the sauce, man. I was doing dirt still, and at 50 years old or whatever I was. I'm 54 now. Taking advantage of friends and shit like that, getting over like all that shit just to like chase that stupid shit, that stupid life. And then one day, I don't know, I see how it was affecting my wife.
When did we realize that life's stupid? That's the question. Oh, because I realized it, but I want to hear your
life is stupid.
That life.
That life?
That life. When I mean that life, I mean that, you know, that street work life. That fucking bitches, drugs, robbing, make hustling. When did you realize that life?
I think when you know what it was? I say I was 50 at the time, whatever, 51. I realized I probably had 2 decades left.
2 decades
on
to
this
live.
earth,
Yeah.
right? And I'm wasting it on that shit, like not remembering shit or just wasted dead time instead of being positive and getting a message out like that, like whatever it is.
Yeah.
It was probably 3 years ago. I was like, you know what? I got 2 decades if I'm lucky. I'm not healthy. I'm overweight. You know what I mean? I'd have to work to get in the gym and this and that and blah, 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 blah. And then there's genetics. You know, you don't know what's programmed in you that's going to go wrong regardless if you're freaking fat or skinny. So I got more time behind me than I do ahead of me. And that's when I was like, yo, this shit's stupid, man. I got to get on point over here and try to do something out there for my kids.
And I say this to people when like mine came recent, like kind of. I kind of looked at my age and I kind of said to myself, do you got another 20-year bid in you? This is what I tell all my brothers. And I hope y'all were listening. Yo, if they catch us with doing some shit, yo, they're going to give us a number that we can't do, bro.
You're dying in there.
We're going to die in jail, bro. And I had to look at my kids. I had to look at my life. And I had to look at a lot of things. And I had to say, damn, Trap, if you ever cared about anything in life, it's right there in front of you to stop right now, because if you keep moving the way you moving, this is what's going to happen. And don't fucking cry. When you was in Connecticut, balled in that fucking cell and you didn't know nobody and you was crying like a bitch, Trap. Don't fucking, you want to go to that balling up in that fucking corner when everybody was sleeping so they didn't hear you cry, nigga, because you was scared. Don't fucking want to be like that. And that he said, yo.
Yeah, I get that. That's a wake-up call.
And this is what I tell people, Mike.
The same thing.
Especially brothers our age. So when I talk to the youngins and I tell them, I pray y'all never face with the things that I've been faced with in life. I pray that nobody has been faced with the things I've been, not just the youngins, the decisions I had to make in life. I hope nobody's ever have to face the decision I had to make in life. You know what I'm saying? Because it cost me so much.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Like I was sitting here saying earlier about how we were sitting there laughing and talking about jail and all of the times we said, because we made it look good. Mike, we was going through pain. Even when we was in seg, Mike, you don't remember when we said we used to have court sessions and Mike, you don't remember when we used to do, Mike?
Listen, right?
All right.
You said you remembered the first time, your first memory of me or whatever memory of me was that, right?
Yeah.
So this is one about Trap.
All right.
Trap is Trap, but we or some people used to call him Mousetrap.
Mousy. Yeah,
right?
everybody knows me that. They know me that. Yeah.
So there were some brothers in Seg that were pretty good rappers, right?
Oh, I know what he's gonna say.
You know, so this brother Soup was nasty.
Shout out to my cousin Soup Bone.
Yeah,
Sean Page, y'all know Soupy. You already know Southside's the best.
Yo, when he rapped, all I can picture was like him being like he had something to say, right? So there was Soup spitting fire. And then you had you had like Taja.
Taja, yo, shout out to Tiny T.
Hey, Taja, you know, I guess he used to trap.
Taja was nasty.
Yeah, he was a backpacker. He had all his rhymes in his backpack. He'd go down to New Orleans and shit like that. But he had a different type of cadence. So you had like rapping. Then you had trap was like right? And he was nice though. And shit is like Wu-Tang when they're like, let me rock it, right?
And yo, this is when I was a rapper. When I thought that was Soupy and them was trying to turn me into a rapper.
So the
I was trying to judge.
They're like, yo, Trap, spit your shit.
And I said it.
All I heard was squeak, squeak. No doubt, here comes the mouse.
With a snitch blade ready to cut your tongue out. Yeah, squeak, squeak. Here comes the mouse with a snitch blade ready to cut your tongue out. Yeah,
that was my first freaking memory. And Trap, you were probably like, what were you, like 19 years old?
Yeah, I was probably like 19, 20 years. Yeah, that was there. We was buried in Seg now. Now this, I told you, this is a whole new life. When I'm telling you when I was indulging with my rap career. We was in, you understand what I'm saying? We was in Seg, and that's all we had was time. We was doing years in Seg, some of us.
Yeah.
We was down Seg.
Yo, these guys would wait for somebody to come out with them on rec. The guy could have no smoke whatsoever with them, and this was their rec. They just get into a fight and mop them all over the friggin'. Yeah. They were young and wild, man, making their bones, so to speak. Every morning, I'd hear rec. I hear Code Blue, Seg. You hear people rumbling around and shit. I'm looking downstairs like these guys are crazy.
I got pepper sprayed. I had to fight naked in Seg. I had to fight with no shoes. Yo, I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm trying to tell you, this is the shit that we was faced with down there.
Yeah.
And people that was in there with us, I know he was in there like, yo, trapping them was the terrors in there. Everybody, and I gotta say this. Yo, rest in peace to Bobo Marapese. And let me tell you something about my uncle. I call him my uncle because Bobo was like my father / uncle / brother sometimes. No, we was never equal.
Bobo was the
Bobo never made me equal with him. No, I can't even say we were. He treated me like I was his son or as his nephew. That was it. Anybody know Bobo Marapese? Rest in peace, my uncle. Bobo was a capo for the crime family. He was a real mafia boss. And that's how he acted.
Dangerous guy.
And this was my guy. And everybody see me with Bobo Marapese and couldn't believe it. Bobo used to tell me, right? And this how Bobo was my arch enemy in card table. Everybody is.
Yeah. Nah,
he never let me buy a pot. I bought a pot from Bobo Marapese one day for mad cigarettes in front of the whole yard. This is how me and our relationship became tight. I brought the pot from him right in front of everybody. He was sitting there with the cigar in his mouth.
Of course.
He had a cigar in his mouth.
Smoke in the joint.
He took the cigar out of his mouth and said, "You'll never be happy again from me." I swear to God, till he died. Every time Bobo Marapese sat across from me in a card game, he would lose all his money. And if I got the winning hand, I know I'm getting every dollar Bobo Marapese got right there because you know how many times he'll send everybody money there.
Yeah.
So his money was endless. I remember when he sit at the table with 50 books of stamps.
Then he'd come in after all that, sit there with shiz, playing gin for hours, and I was just gambling. So Bobo, he was trying to run a World Series. We're all in medium now. He's trying to run a World Series pool. And the innings keep coming up, and every time they came up, because he's got the log, me and Razzo were hitting them.
Oh my God.
Me and Razzo were roommates. Right? Razzo was my co-D on that sentence. Like we took 30 years together.
Yeah.
Like
I
real.
remember that.
So 13 to serve. So I remember him coming out of his cell, and he's like, "That cell shut off," because we kept hitting him because he had to pay us in his honey buns and all that. And this guy was diabetic. Wasn't even supposed to have that shit, but we kept cracking him in the head. He had one to his shit. That cell shut off. But I want to tell you a quick, I'll try to make it quick, right? Because I got a million of them, but like old school before the riot stories, the boxing ring and Max. But now we're at one, right? No, so flash forward, I get kicked out of medium. I go to Max, right? Still a kid. I go in this building. Bam's there.
No.
Clocky, Raymond Clock, Big Clocky.
Big clock.
Yeah. And Clocky's my boy from training school, but he's in there dribbling a basketball in the block in jail. I'm seeing dudes with lots of money just hanging out of their streets, wearing street clothes.
This is when jail was legal. You could wear your own clothes, jewelry. And if you was that dude in jail, you.
Yeah, for real. And they had a boxing ring. It was just nuts.
And anybody just couldn't wear their jewelry and stuff.
Nah.
So seeing somebody with their jewelry, I know they're gonna die for that.
Yep.
And they got some people behind them that's gonna die with them.
So basically the riot jumps off, right? It's over. They started when people got a dirty year, and they not only would take 30 days good time, 30 days seg, they were doing 30 days loss of visit. This is the first time they started doing. This guy named Richard Law, and he was the thing was at 3 o'clock when they call all men or whatever time it was, 2:30, 3 o'clock.
2:30.
Nobody go back to the cell. They set the riot. We were on world news.
Oh yeah, I remember when you're in the yard. That's when the shop entry.
The shop, we had buildings no longer there. We had masks on.
They burnt the buildings. Burnt the buildings. I came right after that. I came right after. I came soon as the shop entry pieces was still there.
So guys mean all this shit. Clark got me a TV. They have loaned TVs and shit. So he gets me a TV. When they come and shake down a riot,
they take your TV.
They take the TV and they catch me with a bad license plate on it. Like I scraped
That's
the name off.
Yeah,
right? They bring me to the hole, right? So they're doing the strip search. So now, when you used to strip, just take your shit off and you were good. They
never did what they do now. Make you do a bunch of. See, now I'm gonna tell you this later, but so there's a procedure that you don't do.
So they're like, I go in there, I strip. They're like, all right, bend and spread them. I was like, what do you mean bend it? Like we weren't doing that. I'm like, what do you mean bend it? Nah, I ain't spreading.
I never did that. I still ain't doing that. I ain't never doing it.
Yeah, so I ain't spreading shit. They called Lieutenant Hilderman. He was a Roy Hilderman. He became the deputy warden. He comes in. He's got like this German accent or whatever.
This big.
Yeah.
He got a hot like this.
Yeah, had his face broken.
He got a hot like this. We're going to talk about Roy Hilderman. We got to say that hot like this. Came back the next day. He just said to me, "How's that? Hey, that fucking guy hit like a bitch. He got a black eye." This is what Hilton used to tell me.
Busted, just come back at the other side. He's like, put him in his cage, take everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they bring me back down second shift. And spread it. Nah, I ain't spreading shit. Back up. They got me on the top tier in the last cell. All I have is one sheet. No cosmetics. No clothes. I'm in underwear, right?
Yeah.
They're bringing me down once a week to take a shower in here. So I got to dry up with the sheet that I sleep with. Now this is
torture, people.
There's no mail going, right? There's no phone calls. No lockdown because there was a raid. I'm telling you, Trap, some lifers. I'm not gonna nice because we bidded with them and shit. But they were like, yo, Mike G, we ain't spreading the meat, blah, 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 blah. Every single one of them spread their ad. And I won't put them out there because I was there for me. I don't care what somebody else did. I was what I believed in. Finally, they started letting people out on C status. And I think it was Chris Raffo.
Yeah, shout out. He was on the roof. Remember Chris Raffo?
Yeah.
He climbed down. He almost escaped maximum security.
I think Raffo got out. And I was like, can you call David Cicilline? David Cicilline was my lawyer at the time. I'm like, call David Cicilline and tell him what they're doing to me. Mm-hmm. So he gets out, right? I'm sleeping, Segs all out, banging, all this shit, right? Yeah.
Had it going.
And Joe Brown, rest in
peace. Shout out to Joe Brown. Rest in peace, Joe Brown, man.
I hear him saying, bang on his wall, bang on his wall. So they bang on my wall. They're like, yo, Mike G, the whole seg is quiet. I'm like, what? They're like, listen to this. And they read, I'm on the fucking front page of the Providence Journal. Inmate seeks release over alleged rights violations. And it has the whole story.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're bringing me to the rear hall. They used to have this crew that wore black leather gloves.
Tongue, yeah. You see, right off the top, I said tongue. They had the footprints. Right? Let me tell you something. If you went in there and you didn't put your feet on the footprints, boom, they would hit you.
Yep.
You know, man, I focus every time. But I did some bitch ass shit too.
I think my shit stopped, but whatever.
I did some shit like that during hunger strike. Everybody, I couldn't do that to a Bird Kennedy.
You broke?
I broke.
It happens.
It
happens,
I
man.
couldn't do it.
Your mind knows not.
After the second day of not eating,
second day.
it was the second.
Oh, come on, all right. Everybody's different.
I couldn't laugh. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I couldn't laugh the second day. Everybody's down in set going, yo, the cops going by. This day we're having cheeseburgers and French fries.
Oh, you can smell that shit too. Oh,
Coleman came to my cell. You remember Coleman?
yeah,
right?
of course.
He had the beat, the balls, and the paws. Had them things in his head. He's so tired because he's nervous or whatever. He said, these guys are elite. I got about 6 burgers in there. I got mad trays of fries. I said, man, bring my train with them, man. Bring my train.
Wow. Hey, it happens.
Bird Kennedy, he hears me up there eating because he's right downstairs from me. He hears Pop whispering to me, right? Bird said, hey! I said, what up, Bird? He said, motherfucker, it sounds like you up there eating, bitch. I said, Bird, fuck you. He said, nah, I heard you eating. That, yo, he started, this song, ass nigga.
No.
He called boy Bird. I had war with Bird. I had whirlwind with Bird Kennedy. Let me tell you something. If anybody knows Bird Kennedy, right, they're gonna say, yo, Trap had world. They're gonna know. Everybody that was in there was going. He called me every Uncle Tom in the book. My body couldn't eat. I couldn't do that, man. I can't. It's just something about just sitting there suffering my body when they got French fries and cheeseburgers. They got fries and burgers, man. And they had American chop suey for dinner with the Italian bread with the butter they used to give us. We loved it.
Yeah.
We loved it.
I love it.
Can I tell you? Hey, there was some meals in jail that we really loved. And that was the 2 that we loved. They tried to get me to do a hunger strike during the hamburgers and hot dog week. Nah, I couldn't do that.
Especially Max. Max had a serious menu. The whole prison has, compared to other prisons.
Mike, do you remember when I fried the chicken for the building?
ECI got a serious menu. Compared to other prisons.
Because we was the first jail that was. I think I was the first one that used the fried pito and fried chicken for the whole building.
I remember having fried chicken.
The whole building. We fried it for the whole. It was the first time. It was like, yo, you're gonna make sure all the chicken's done all the way through, and that it don't slow up the line. So we had to stop frying that shit early.
Who was it? Tom?
Jimmy. Nah, it was Jimmy.
Oh,
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Shout out to Jimmy LaTroya.
Yeah.
Thomas was sitting in the back because he know Jimmy was our boy.
Yeah, he was.
So he didn't like that. Troy gave all of us a shot, man. Even Roland. Everybody, you cock knocker.
Shit.
Hey, you cock knocker.
I forgot all about that guy.
He said he used to call me a cock knocker. I don't know why he called me that. I don't know what kind of name because he used to be looking for me. I was hiding.
Remember Harvey?
Harvey, that was
he
my
used to
boy.
be like telling everybody to be quiet after 11. Yo, I'd start yelling when he left.
Let me tell you something. Rest in peace to Harvey, right?
Oh.
Let me tell you, he was the best CO I ever met in my life, bro. He'll call your family. Yo, he did a lot, bro. He bring me cigarettes back there.
He tells crazy war stories.
He tell me stories till 5 a.m. because he worked 11.
About Freddie. Always talking Freddie.
Yo, he worked 11 to 7, so he used to walk the whole building, and he was in there for years. Imagine a CO for 40, so all the cops they wasn't scared of him. They didn't fuck with him
That was a bid.
because he'll get you removed. He got all of the people that was in high places. He when they came in. So if he called them, I remember one time he called Hilton in for me. They had me back on C status. He said, man, Hilton, this man been back here on C status for a year already.
Yeah.
He said, man, I think he's too young to be back here. Next thing you know, Dennis. Remember Big Dennis?
Yeah.
He came with 2 bags. He said, yo, man, you moving?
Dennis.
I said, am I moving to? He said, you're going to P2, man. I said, for real? He said, yeah, man. You got somebody looking out for you.
Hey, so, yeah, Harvey was good. When that shit happened when they brought me to the rear hall. Right?
Mhm.
Tongue and them are down there, and they're talking shit. They're mad shit. They finally, I was just like, "Fuck your mother," and I just started fighting with him. He planted the kick right in my chest in that cage. They beat the shit out of me, Trap. I was crying, but I was fighting back.
And they didn't have cameras then. See,
No.
now you young guys are lucky. They come with cameras, and they when they're going to extract you, they come with cameras,
Yeah.
so they can't beat up on no more.
Back then, they used to, man, they busted people up, broke people down. I was a little skinny kid too, so I end up in high security. I got mad high security stories like everybody
Me
too.
too, man.
But I end up in there, and then they bring me to court, Trap. And
Remember
this,
the word story. You see how we'll talk about these stories? There's not too many security that we can laugh about.
nah,
They're all pain stories. I'm gonna probably start crying.
Superman.
So that's why I don't like to tell too many of my high security stories, because a lot of my high security stories were I was dealing with mental health. I was dealing with a lot.
That shit wasn't good.
You know what they
Was
was
you?
doing
Did
to
they
me?
ever put you in the back room of the hospital?
Yeah. So that's what I was about to say. When they stuck me in the back of the hospital,
Man.
that really deteriorated my brain thinking in some sort of matter, because you got to understand they left for 71 days.
Yep.
So them 71 days that they had me in the back of the hospital, they had this light on me that I couldn't control all day. I couldn't flush no toilet. The way they fed, I only ate bag lunches. So I never ate hot food. I ate hot food once a day. They give you hot food for dinner.
No natural
No,
light. No natural light.
No natural.
4
light.
cells, right? 4 cells and light. It looks like a hallway.
I had to come out for 71 days by myself. There was nobody back there. I could just hear people. I never got to see nobody. The nurse used to come to give me my meds. I never got to see nobody. So I used to go in there. I had a schedule. What I would do was I would get up in the morning, because you got behind the hospital, your rec's at 4 or 5 in the morning. So you had to get up when they bring you in a dog cage. So I used to go in there and do push-ups. And I thought I was a rapper then. So I used to go back and write raps, because I knew I was going back to the kettle where all the brothers was at. They just were separating me from my brothers because we was all together. They was trying to separate us. They started moving us, some of us, back to Hope 2. Remember that?
Yeah.
They turned that into segregation because of us.
Yep.
Because of us.
Yep.
They was trying to separate. They said we can't have them all in segregation at once. The reason being because it was 3 tiers in segregation. If you messed with one of us, you wasn't safe, because we had people in every tier. So that's when he was saying that you would come out and you get popped down in your shower. That's because you're talking shit to one of my partners.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? Because he couldn't get to you. So that's how we had it. So when the cops seen that we had it like that, they said, "Oh, you motherfuckers keep doing all of that, you motherfuckers." So they made another seg for us. So they would keep half of us over there, half of us over there. They, I was gonna be over there with Soupy Taja and them. Nope, without moving.
Lefty.
Loud to dirty left. My brother Jinx got rest his soul.
Oh, Jinx, man.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, we was different type of terrorists. You understand what I'm saying? But
Yo, Jinx is the shit.
yes, man, yes. But Mike, man, it's definitely dope chopping up with you. But before you go, I want you to tell me, man, a few things. Hold up.
Go for it. Let me grab this thing anyway.
All right, damn it. Hello? Yeah, I'm live on the air right now. I'm gonna call you back as soon as I'm done. All right, yep. Hey, yo, so, Mike, I want to say to you, man, like I said to you, man, I commend you, man, how you turn it over, man, how you just turned your life over, man, in every way, man. You know what I'm saying? You're just fat as fuck right now.
That's all right. I'll get that off.
You look like a big Italian meatball. You know,
Right?
You know what I'm saying? He's just, you know what I mean? But other than that, Mike, man, I'm proud of you, man, your progress, man. But I just share about what you got going on with your podcast and what inspired you to do that.
All right. So the whole podcast, you kind of did, right? On the low, for real. I always wanted to do this, and
thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody that acknowledges, because let me tell you something, I was the first one in this state ever to have a podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about 2009. Me and my cousin Greg were the only ones that do it. Before Gilly the Wild Old Baller Pop, if I would have listened to DJ Ruckus back then, I probably would have millions of dollars right now. Because Ruckus told me, yo, Trap. Yo, he was telling me, Ruckus, if anybody go see DJ Ruckus and ask him, yo, you was telling Trap to have a podcast back in 2009 when you gave him the Music Fiend. He gave me a slot and everything at the Music Fiend. Was telling me, yo, it'd be right. You get a podcast, you're gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta keep. It's just you're late than you should have been.
Yeah.
Or you keep doing this.
I know. But what I'm saying is, to hear that inspired you to get a podcast. I like that. That's why.
And that's no bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people won't ever say that to me. You know what I'm saying? They get a podcast and I help them. Whatever. They'll never say, yo, man, you inspired me. You know what I'm saying?
There's nobody else.
Shout out to the dudes that do. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Matt. That came to me. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of guys.
Yeah, see, there's some, I don't know, like the people you know, and you don't know a lot that I know, but I know you.
Yeah.
And as this shit was on I'm like, damn, see, Trap's doing it. Like, this is a conversation I had in my head.
Yep.
And then my wife's like, you got to do it. You got to do it. And this has been years. You got to do it. Get up there and tell. She was more about get up there and tell stories of your life and this and that and that and this.
And that's what people wanted me to do.
Yeah.
They're like, Trap, man, if you just tell some of the stuff, the shit you've been
like, we should write books, man.
Yeah, and everything they all do. What I'm saying is, everybody that hears my life, I swear to God, they tell me, yo, man, you should write a book. You should, yo.
Yeah.
But it's real life shit that I really been through. I really real time. Everything I'm telling you, I've really been through real time.
No, I know. Listen, on that question,
oh yeah, go ahead.
We're gonna take over this podcast now. This is gonna become Chopping It Up with Mikey Prob 401. I'm no longer trapped. No longer trapped. Now we're flipping it, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna interview Trap as fast as I can. I know time is short.
No, because my camera will go off, as long as your camera will
mine
go off.
Mine already ran out.
All right, go ahead.
So Trap, tell me where you are from originally.
I'm from Providence. I'm originally from Hartford Projects, so that's where I was born. My family was born and raised from there, but then my family done spread their wings. And I have family on every side of town. So I was one of them fortunate kids to grow up in this city. That I grew up on every side of town, bro. I got a ball. I fucked a girl.
Yeah.
I did something on every side of town.
Right.
The toughest dude on that side of town. We done did something together. You understand what I'm saying? And it was all love, and it was never no. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say I was the dude that can go on any side of town and beat it. Nah, I just had love on every side of town because I had family there.
So were you part of the crew? I'll say the crew of young kids in the 80s. There was a certain white guy who was like the Frank White of the project over blue Cadillac Seville.
Nah, but I idolize Jay Shows.
Okay.
Come on, man. If you from my projects, you know Jay Shows had that shit built.
Shout out
you know
to Jay Shows.
Jay used to give me $20 bills. I used to go to the store for Jay. I'm proud. I don't care what people say. Used to run the store for Jay. Yes. Every time Jay used to give me Toms. Every time Toms came through the projects, I had Toms. It was a red. I used to get on Toms. Tom used to give me a slice of my favorite sauce pizza, and he used to give me the rainbow pop. You understand what I'm saying?
So I was on Lost Money on Rhode Island, right? And Tom, Eagle Creamery, Tom's, people still owe him money. And your name is on there for owing them money from 1986. When you gonna pay Tom, man?
My whole family owes Tom, man.
And it was when we used to pay this guy with food stamps, man.
Food stamps. He's the only ice cream truck in the world that took food stamps.
Shout out to Tom. Tom goes back.
That's a piece of Tom, man.
Man,
if you from Hartford right now, you sitting there, you know Tom like you know Debbie Ray. You understand what I'm saying? Come on, man. You know what I mean?
So, all right, we're gonna jump quick. So you got in trouble. You went to the training school.
Now, before I went to the training school, I was in other.
So Ocean Tides first.
Oh, can't be.
The whole deal. All right, yeah.
I went through all of that.
Yep. That's that shit. You know what's stuff about going to the training school and shit like that when we were kids? Yeah. Makes it easier for us to wake up in prison.
Nah, you know what it was? And I tell kids this now. Yo, when I went to the training school and I went to all of them group homes and stuff, and I became 10 times worse, bro.
Right.
I learned how to steal cars. I learned how to cook cocaine. I learned how to break heroin down. Every time I learned how to get in people's houses with a butter knife. I was around all of the criminals in my era, young dudes that knew all of these tricks and trades, and I just absorbed everything. So I thought I was the master of everything. I damn near did every
Absolutely.
crime. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying?
So, you get in big trouble, right? How did you catch a life bid?
All right, so how I caught a life bid is when I was 17 years old, I was involved. I was robbed, and during the robbery, the man that robbed, I ended up getting killed. You understand?
Yeah.
And I ended up doing the time for the murder.
Wow. You know, it's crazy, there's always something that leads up to wrong decisions being made.
The decision with that was. See, a lot of people didn't understand, right? And I tell this now, when I was younger, I could have never had told people. I put my own self in that position when I was selling crack out of a house. This is what I tell you. This is what the danger is, that the drug dealers, the older dudes. See, I tell the younger dudes this now. The older dudes never told me, yo, when you selling crack out of a house, bro, with kids and families in it, bro, you know what that breeds? That breeds for the Wall Street to come in here with guns, knives, and put it to your family and hold hostages. You see about the horrific crime that have happened with people that have done home. I'm just fortunate that they didn't do nothing that in the house with me.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, to get to that story is, I tell people, yo, that's my fault. If I wasn't selling that house, I would have never drawn people to that house with guns to rob me.
That's so true. And I never even looked at shit that way.
Me neither. Until, you know what? And I gotta say this, shout out to Laura Pesatoro. She's the leader of the parole board. Okay. She was the one that made me realize that. She made me realize that.
I mean, that's a point. You can't argue with that.
She said, stop blaming.
Yeah.
That people tried to rob you or robbed you.
You brought that shit.
Every year you come in front of this parole board, Mr. Hazard, you always talking about you playing victim. Stop playing victim and understand that you caused that. And check this out. See, that was 30 years ago. That's one of my major problems in my life still. I caused, you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I do.
That's
and
crazy.
We're all guilty of that. We all, I don't know why, we all have that little glitch in us where we might not try to weasel our way out of shit, but we always have a way out to put the situation on somebody else that I'm not the bad guy.
Is that narcissistic?
That's sociopathic. That's narcissistic.
Get in the comments, say, is that a narcissistic?
Absolutely. So, and how old were you when this happened?
I was 16. Yeah, I was 17. Yeah.
And when did you first hit the bricks?
What you mean?
After the bid, you did your bid.
I came home in 2009.
2000.
Right?
All that. So what year did you go? So okay.
So check it out. I did 17 years. I come home 5 months. I get mad. The cops put a gun on me. I can say this right now in front of all you people. I never had no gun. They know I didn't have no gun. They know that the gun was my step at the time. I thought he was my brother. You know what I'm saying? They knew he had. When the cop walked up on the car, his hands was like this. They knew that they put the. I would never say rest in peace to Steven Springer, because Steven Springer took my life. He lied on me and knew that this is, you know what I'm saying? The cop Springer told me all of them to say that he made the kid say, it was my gun. They had a print on the gun. The cops, I understand, saying when he walked up to the car, he seen the passenger crouched over with his hand between his legs. After I dragged him out the car, I took the gun from under the seat. The judge asked him, who do you think's firearm this gun was? The cop said the passengers. He said, did you see Mr. Hazard make any moves? Nothing. No. They still found me guilty.
And they smoked you. Man. All right. And I know we're going through this fast, right? We just spent a lot of time like spinning the yard. So to get to my part of things, so we make it through that. This thing that I wanted to sit with you about is, what's your story of redemption? What changed you, and what has changed in your life? What are you up to now?
All right. So I had a lot of ups and downs in my life these last days. I've been home not on. You know what I'm saying? And you start seeing things who's loyal. You start seeing loyalty from a different perspective. You start seeing trust from a different perspective. You start seeing honesty from a different perspective. That lies. You start seeing it. Like the most thing I had a medical scare. And when I was sitting there and I was in that medical scare, I was by myself. You know what I'm saying? And the doctors sitting there talking about all these big words. All my life, I'm used to somebody on the side of me saying, explaining. So when you get there by yourself, it gets nervous and you get nervous and you start to get a light flash and say, yo, you gotta slow down that life because you need to have somebody on the side of you. You understand? And I explain to people, it starts making you get a different perspective on how you move and how you think in your life. So that's how with that. So for what I'm doing, all I'm doing is I'm trying to elevate and trying to educate.
Okay.
All right. So when I say elevate, I'm trying to build my podcast. And I'm trying to also build my community at the same time. So if I could build my community at the same time with my podcast, whether it's slow like turtles or not, if I can educate on no matter what we podcast, whether it's fatherhood, whether it's relationships, whether it's business, echo coins, whatever we talk about on because my podcast is an open book. So whatever educational that I can give somebody can learn, or somebody that was on my show, I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm about elevating as my community. I'm not just one. I don't want to elevate and leave my community. I'd rather elevate as my community going. So if I got the inboxes I get, the emails I get from people that tell me, yo, I thank you. Yo, today's show, man, that really was touching. Yo, that shit really, that shit, I didn't know it was like that. I didn't know that men thought like that. I didn't know that situations, you know what I'm saying? Yo, that was dope. You had that person on your podcast today, Trap. Yo, they was really kicking some real stuff. I got a lot out of that. So I get a little tip off that. Saying that's where I win at. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't gloat about my wins. You know what I'm saying? But I got an inbox full of wins. And when I say wins, I mean people telling me, yo, keep moving, keep doing what you're doing. Your podcast is educating.
So are you reaching people internationally? Are you hearing from people in London? Or not yet? You will. I've seen another one.
They're watching me in Indonesia.
Well, then they're watching you in Indonesia. Let's go. Come on now.
I looked at my analytics. My analytics told me they're starting to watch me.
Yes,
Indonesia,
I love that.
Other countries and shit. So I don't know if they're just tapping on the videos or whatever, but they say that they're watching. But
So and to pause on that for a second, I'm on Instagram and I posted something and I got 853,000 views, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm the shit, right?
Oh my
You get nothing. You get nothing for that shit. You don't get
for that. You was going global. You said, "Oh man,
I'm almost at a million."
Said, oh, Mikey, he got 8,000 views and thought he was Mikey Worldwide.
853,000, almost a million. You don't get a penny for it.
King Cadalanti said,
This nigga thought he got that and thought he was worldwide.
Right?
But
so we got 8 minutes. What is your goal? Like, growing with this, with No Longer Trap, with Spinning the Yard and everything else that comes out of it, what's your goal? Where are you trying to go? Outside of like taking the community and stuff like that and uplifting your brothers, and where are you trying to go? What's the best way to put it? Like materialistically, like are you trying to blow? Like everybody's trying to blow.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Pause. Say pause, man.
Yeah, Paul ain't trying to blow.
Pause.
Hey, Chief.
Yo, cut that shit out.
Chief, I got him going. I know that like chat. He said, whoa.
Jose, edit that part.
Yeah. Hey, edit that part. Hey, edit this. Hey, edit that part.
Old school sometimes, you know.
Yeah, man. I'm you know me, man. I swear to God, man. I'm always trying to make $1, Mike. Ever since you know me, Mike. Like, have I been trying to make $1, Mike?
Yeah, Trap's been up to something. I'll say that.
Mike, so you know that I'm always trying to make money, man. I'm always trying to elevate myself because I have children. I have a granddaughter. I got people that I really want to leave stuff to. You know, that's another thing that I realized. my age, yo, I realized that I'm not gonna really leave my kids, bro.
Right? Where's your legacy?
Yo, what am I leaving them this? Yo, this is this is what I know people probably think stupid, and I probably thought it was stupid when I thought about it. But I really had to think about it, and it got to fatherhood, and I said, damn, man, I gotta really start stepping up because I really want to leave my kids something.
How many kids do you have?
I got 8. I got step kids that I just like my kids.
Absolutely.
Bro. You know what I'm saying? So I claim them just like
how many did you have when you did the bid? Any at 17?
Yes,
you did.
Yes.
See, that's it. That's how's the relationship, I guess, would be the question.
Now my daughter, shout out to Adriana. Now,
Adriana.
Now Adriana, me and A, man, that's my ride or die, man. That's and you know, we're not tight as, but we are tight as.
That's a beautiful thing.
You understand what I'm
saying?
saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
My daughter, I could call my daughter right now. She's pulling up to this door. I call her for anything. She call me for anything. Me and my daughter are, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, she understands that her father, the kid having a kid.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't know nothing about being a father to my daughter or my son. I didn't know nothing. I didn't know nothing about real fatherhood back then.
Nah, it's still learning.
On my podcast, I was just talking about this the other day. Like when we was growing up, Mike, this sounds selfish. I know I got some hatred in my inbox for the saying this. But Mike, we don't care about our kids, Mike. Mike, I don't care what niggas are saying.
Obviously not.
We loved our kids. But we was out there killing people.
Right.
We was out there running around with guns.
Exactly.
We was out there doing crimes that took a lot of my friends away from their kids to this day. To this day, I look at some of my kids, my best friends that are either dead or doing life in jail, and I go, damn, man, they all gave it up for the stuff that we was out there doing. It was for nothing.
It was bullshit.
You know what I'm saying?
And I know, like I didn't live the same life as you guys, but I knew a lot of you guys. Like, and what sucked with me was I was friends with guys that had certain beef in Providence and 2 families. I remember. I grew up.
I remember.
Well, I think you were part of one side.
Yeah, I know.
So, and
because you came to me in the yard, you're like, "Yo,
I'm cool with this guy."
Trying to get a knife off you. I swear to God, after the air, when we cut off the air, I'm going to tell you somebody to get a shank off
yeah,
you,
but
bro.
that was I'm talking.
I remember somebody a black nigga tried to get a shank off you, and you didn't want to get in the middle of that shit, and you came in and you got me. And you were sitting there, you was like, yo, I don't want to get in the middle.
But I'll say it like this: the guys that you were close with in there were on one side of like one, I don't know, street or no, it was family names, right?
Yeah.
It's an old, like the Hatfield and McCoy's Providence type beef.
Yeah.
And guys that I named earlier were on one side. The other guys that were your boys, a Panamanian cat was on another side. But I hated school and they all wanted to kill each other now. And I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, it was sad. A lot of people that went to training school with us couldn't believe that. It was all divided. And he was like, yeah, when you was all in training school, all trying to jump me. Now you all killing each other. Oh, yo, he killed him. Damn, we're hanging together. That's how it ended up.
And I think when I first went to Max, you just had a fight in the gym, like foyer of the gym where you walk in with somebody that was on the other side. You were like, fuck that, I'll fight his ass.
That was my first L.
Oh, you see it? Yeah, I don't even know what the outcome was. And he was another one I knew forever. He was just in the news. Hey, good luck to him.
Yeah, man.
That shit sucks.
But yeah, man, Mike, I gotta thank you for coming, man. I gotta say this.
Listen,
man.
We're gonna do this chopped and screwed real quick.
Yes, we are. We're definitely gonna do the
chopped and screwed. So chopped is gonna be, it's a positive thing. You would chop it up in this situation. Screwed, beat it. Screw. Ready?
Yep.
Pineapples on pizza. Chopping it up with that. Donald Trump.
Chop it up with that.
Damn, I don't even got glasses on. What's the next one?
I can't see that either, Mike.
Damn, see? This is what happens when you get...
Hey, yo, two blind motherfuckers. Mike, if they had a bunch of money somewhere, I bet you would get it. I bet you would see the combination to a safe, Mike.
Talk about not being prepared.
You know what I'm saying, Mike? Mike, you still got your jail glasses?
Nah, I get these at Dollar Tree, the same ones every time I lose them. These blue, ugly, nasty shits. All right, we're gonna
should have brought my jail to home.
I'm gonna do this again because I can edit it, right? We're gonna do chopped and screwed. So chopped is positive. You're gonna chop it up with it. Screwed, beat it, right? Pineapple on pizza.
Chop.
Screw it.
Screw it, right? I don't want that shit. Yeah.
Replica watches.
Screw that shit.
Screw that. Donald Trump.
Screw that and screw Trump too.
Screw. Swim in the ocean.
Chop.
All right, we're chopping it up with that. Pissing in the shower.
Chop it up.
All right, that's honest. Sushi.
Screw that shit.
All right, and the last one is a little political, more than Trump, right? Transgender surgeries on minors.
Now, chop, you get that shit
Get
out.
that shit out of it. Now, rate on one.
All right.
Anyone. It could be a chopped or screwed.
All right, say it again real quick.
Pineapple on pizza, you said screw. Look at watches, screw.
Replica watch.
Elaborate. Why?
The reason why I'm elaborating on replica watches is because anybody that will wear a replica watch is a dangerous person to me. Very dangerous person.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why that they're dangerous. It's because of this reason, Mike. Because they're walking around with a watch that they're died for. That's their nose fake, right? So hear me out, right, Mike? That they nose fake. These people cut your whole life off for that thing that's a $50,000 watch. Hold up, let me cook. Nigga, that's a $50,000 watch, right, Mike? And then the other side of it is after they take it, you can't even tell niggas that it was fake because you look like a fucking clown. So now you gotta face it. You gotta go do something to this niggas to taking a fake watch off you because now you don't want to expose that you wear a fake watch. So niggas that wear fake jewelry is dangerous. Shout out to my nigga Zip the Drip. Zip the Drip taught me that shit months ago. Zip said, yo, niggas wearing fake jewelry are dangerous. You get ready to get wiped down for some shit that's fake that you paid $30 for on Facebook Market, right? And then you got me on your back going, yo, you let Mike G take your $60,000 watch, you pussy.
And he can say that it was bootleg.
Yo, I paid $4 for this. Because now I say you're a fugazi ass nigga. And now the whole world's gonna know you're fugazi. So now that's why I second that motion with Zip. He said, yo, anybody wears fake jewelry is a dangerous individual.
I did not expect such a deep ass fucking answer on that shit. That shit was wild. That was wild. Get that shit the fuck out of here.
But you understand what I'm saying, though, Mike? Can you understand? Because now this big ass. I'm like, yo, call Joe Smo up. Yo, this dude down here, he got 60 now.
And he's bragging about it. Yo, I just 60 bands on this shit. Wow.
Now I come wipe you down. Imagine you got shot for it. Now you're sitting up in the house, you're like, yo, and now they're like, yo, this nigga's the one that robbed you. So now we're putting pressure on you. You better do something to him. In your back of your mind, you know you only paid $30 for that watch, bro.
See,
that's why it's dangerous.
White people would never think of it that way. That's why sometimes, man, you got to get wisdom from the brothers because a white person would not have looked that shit. And that's the real, you know what I mean? Not so thinking into it. That was great. That was great.
I'm just saying, shout out to Zip the Drip. He broke that down to me. When I seen him break that down, I was like, yo, I second that, man. I gotta move with that. Yo, I can never, bro. I'd rather wear no jewelry, bro. I'd rather wear no jewelry, bro.
No, I've seen crazy shit with those. I don't know which ones they are, like with the blue bands.
The new watches that they got.
They look like
wearing
rubber bands, but then the watch itself is like fucking.
They look like they're worth money.
Yeah, they are.
But check this out. What about the guys that are walking around with these big chains on, these balls, but they don't got a car.
Chocolate and shit, but they don't got a car on it.
Hey, yo, man.
Man.
I just want to say, man, I thank everybody for tuning in, man, from the No Longer Trap podcast, because I know Mike wants to thank everybody for tuning in from his
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. This is the first episode on my podcast, Chopping It Up with Mikey Prod 401, but I will have a bunch of clips along the way, which is going to be more barbershop geared.
Yeah.
I'm going to spotlight a lot of barbershops. I'm going to probably go to Tap Shop and shit like that.
Yeah.
Shout out to TSP Cache.
Yes, shout out to Cache. Shea Barbershops, man. Go get your hair cut. Go
Yes.
My boy Tapper Moon Dog.
And Hope Cuts is the move.
Oh yeah, shout out to Hope Cuts.
Dennis
Yeah.
Cherry's doing
Dennis
it.
Cherry, man. Shout out to my brother Dennis Cherry, always moving, always got share.
Yes, there you go.
Share, keep grinding, my
You
brother.
gotta be
We
a
ain't going
shock.
back to that cell, brother.
You got to
You know
be
what
a
I'm saying?
shock, and if a shock stops moving, guess what? He
He
drowns.
dies. You know what I'm saying? But Mike, I want to once again, man, I appreciate you, man, for stopping by because you're gonna be stopping by frequently.
Oh yeah, we're
So
gonna.
this is not going to be the first time chopping up with Michael. One is going to happen, and as I know, he's going to get so better at this. Remember,
Yes.
you guys watch this interview now and watch me. I just want to say 90 days from now, watch his interviews.
And
I'm gonna let him interview me again, and I'm just gonna be quiet. The next interview, I'm just gonna sit
All
back
right.
like this.
but I'm gonna make this shit look like it
Yes.
was chopping it up and
Yes,
making.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's
it
what I'm
like
saying. I'm gonna sit-
today though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna the way I'm gonna edit it because I'm gonna take a recording of this and edit it towards my podcast, right?
Yep.
But also we're gonna see the finished product because we're gonna work on some shit with you too.
Mm-hmm.
As far as intro and all that
Yes.
shit
Oh,
like
yeah,
that. Yeah,
Hey, yo, shout out to Mikey. Hey, yo, Mike's getting.
I'm
You know,
learning.
I got a lot of people that's helping me, man. My podcast is I'm about to skyrocket, man. I just want to tell you this.
I
don't
hope
like to
so.
toot my horn, and I don't like to beat drums too much. But I just want to tell y'all this, man. I want to say thank you to everybody, bro. Everybody that's ever helped me that I sometimes my pride won't let me say thank you the way I want to say thank you, but I really want to hug you and say, yo, I appreciate you because people don't really help me out in life. I've been by myself most of my life. Everything I had to get, I had to figure out by myself. And if you really know me, you're gonna say, yo, Trap, everything he got, everything he had, he had to figure out by himself. I never had to lean on nobody. I never had nobody to help me. I never had to go to people and go, yo, Mikey can help me, and people will help me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I asked for help. People went and shitted on me, and they dogged me and talked about me. You understand what I'm saying? And I watched them do that to people, so that's why I just don't. You can't extend yourself. You can't reach out to everybody. You think you can.
Yeah.
And
You're right.
And you know
You're
what's
right.
crazy? I want to leave y'all with this before this camera dies. Yo, it be the least person you think that will be talking bad about you. You know what I'm saying? Because you asked them for help. I'm just using an example. You might go, let me go ask Mikey, because I know he's my friend.
Yeah.
I know if worse comes to worse, he ain't gonna talk. That's the person that talks about you the worst.
Yeah. Judas is everywhere, man.
That's the person that talks about you the worst.
No longer Trap.
That's the
It's
person
real.
That's the person that talks you the worst, man.
Yep.
Hey, yo, shout out everybody still in the building, man. Yo, I appreciate y'all, man. Yo, the love is real, man. I thank Mikey for pulling up, man. Yo, man, I swear to God, we're gonna tap into his podcast.
Yes.
I'm gonna go over there. We're gonna make it grow. Cause Mikey got a lot of great ideas. And like I said, man, he's focused. And any man with some motion, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what part I gotta play. I'm cool with playing Robin. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't know how to just sit back sometime and I just need you to go over there and work the camera for me. That's what I'm gonna do.
And vice versa. See that?
That's what I'm gonna do, bro. If Mikey might just say, yo, Trap, I need you to just come over there and just come for support with me. I got a big interview. I'm coming over there just chilling, getting Mikey waters every time he gets parched. Mikey, you need waters for you and your guests? All right, Trap. I'm going to go in there and them some waters. Yo, if that's what's my role in this, that's what's my role is. That's how I'm willing to, that's how people don't do that with me. But I'm willing, that's how, I don't care. See, you know what I learned in life too, Mike? Mike, I can't treat people like they treat me. Because a lot of times I be compromising myself. I'm doing things to people because they're doing them to me, but that's some sucker shit.
They're crabs. You know why they're crabs? Because they're shellfish. They're very shellfish.
They're very selfish. Well, that's my time. You heard the camera. Appreciate you. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. You already know. Tap